Hey guys, it is Anthony with Top String Lacrosse, and we're back with you to break down and review the all-new Maverik Kimera Lacrosse Head. This is going to be the first iteration line of a head that Maverik has dropped in a while that wasn't a face-off head, with it being a brand new head, with the optic being in its fourth iteration, the tactic and kinetic in their third iteration, and the tank and the havoc in their second. So this is going to be the first one in a long time that's going to be brand new from the offense and defensive side of the spectrum of things. So let's get into all these details. And the first key detail to go over is going to be the design of the Maverik Kimera head, with Maverik's goal to basically take the three key elements of each of their most popular heads, the havoc, the tactic, and the kinetic, and really jam them into one do-it-all head. So we're really going to have the scoop of the havoc on this thing, you really have the nice pinch of the tactic, and you really have the stiffness and the throat design of the kinetic, and it really blends each of those three together really, really well. The other thing you're going to see right from the beginning of looking at the front of the head is you're going to see that back rail flare pinching in there, kind of reminiscent of, not exactly of the Blade OG, but you definitely have that pinched back rail there, which is nice. You have that wide opening on the front, but that back rail is going to help you keep ball in head as you go through those checks. So that's going to be a nice element there. And the other thing you're going to notice with the design of the Kimera head, it looks like that ball stop that Maverik used on the Optic Force, but on that back end there, it goes all the way through to the screw holes, and Maverik's calling that their trigger throat. So you have your index finger on the back that can fit really nice right across there, so you get a much more control on the ball with that type of trigger throat, as they're calling it. And the second key detail for the Kimera head is going to be the durability. And continuing on after the Optic Force, Maverik is going to use the Force Tech that they used in that head in the Kimera head. So you're going to get a really nice stiffness all the way through this head. So maybe if you were one of those players that really loved the way the tactic strung up and the kinetic strung up, and then after a lot of play, that head would start to pinch in on itself. With this Force Tech, you're really not going to have the issues that you did with those heads. So from a durability, a ruggedness, you're definitely going to have a nice upgrade with the Kimera head. And the next key detail for the Kimera head, and the question that we always get asked, is what is the weight of the head? So the Kimera head is going to weigh in at 5.35 ounces. And to give you the comparables with Maverik heads, the tactic weighs in at 5.1. The kinetic weighs in at 5.15, and the havoc weighs in at 5.25. So definitely a little bit heavier than those other ones. And again, when we're getting in the decimals there, it's definitely a hardly noticeable thing. But with that added weight, you're definitely getting that nice durability, that ruggedness to the head that we were talking about. So we definitely think, while a little heavier, it's well worth it for sure. And the fourth key detail when it comes to the Maverik Kimera head is going to be the stringability. So we'll start with the sidewall holes on the head. So this head is going to come in at 21 sidewall holes. Now, in detail here, that's going to count this really tiny sidewall hole at the top of the head there, where in comparison with the tactic, kinetic, and havoc, those had 20 sidewall holes. So it really depends on if you're counting that top one there or not. And again, it is kind of tiny. You'll see it there. But beyond that, we talk about the pocket and the stringability. We always say, take that back rail, point it to the top of the ceiling there, and you can really see where that head humps out at. So this definitely is going to string up best with that mid-low kind of head. And so you could kind of mess around with different stringing patterns as well. But for us, going back and forth for the last month or so, we really came up with that mid-low pocket being the best pocket placement for the Kimera head. And the last and final key detail for the Kimera head is going to be the player profile. Who is the Kimera Lacrosse head for? So Maverik is touting this as the versatile MIDI head, and it's definitely what it is. So it's taking all of those key elements from those other heads that we mentioned and slamming it into one. So those players looking for a head that is built rugged, that has that nice pinch feel all the way to it, having complete control on the head, that is who this head's going to be for. Not looking exactly for the lightest head, but looking for that durability and control on the ball as a midfielder. That is who the Kimera head will be for. So to wrap up all the key details for the Maverik Kimera head, we're going to start with this head is built with all of the key elements of the Tactic, Kinetic, and Havoc heads all slammed into one head. You're going to have the nice inside flare of the back rail, allowing you to have that wide face outside at the top, but that pinched rail on the back end, giving you a nice amount of control. In addition to that, continuing with control, you have the trigger throat on the back that your index finger can rest upon and having control as you go through those checks. And then it's going to be built with Force Tech, just like the Optic Force. So it's going to have a nice durability, ruggedness to the head. It's going to be strung up best with a mid to mid-low pocket, but it has 21 sidewall holes that you can adjust as necessary. And the head for the player profile that it's built for is going to be that versatile midfielder looking for that nice control with a durable head for them. And for the release date information for the Maverik Kimera, they will be releasing at midnight on 9/5/2025. The heads will be retailing for $109.99 and coming with the standard colors from Maverik of white, gray, hyperlight blue, and black. And you can get yours with us by shopping with us online at topstringlacrosse.com or pick yours up at each of our Top String Lacrosse locations. In the description down below, we'll make sure we put the direct link so you can purchase yours as quick as possible. Thank you for always watching. We really appreciate it, guys. If you have any questions or comments, put those down below. Make sure we get back to you as soon as possible. Please make sure you give this video a like. Make sure you are subscribed to our channel. In the description down below, we'll make sure we put the direct links to follow us on all of our social media feeds. Please make sure you give us a follow on each of those. Thanks for always watching. We'll see you guys out there.